Regan Slaymaker for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and Our Kings, and I have the pleasure to be joined by Hall of Fame promoter Frank Warren in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Frank, how was travelling? Excited for the fight on Saturday?
Travelling was good. Come out on Saudi Air. They looked after us, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Definitely. I mean, the fight between Dillian Whyte and Moses Itauma is being billed as this fight between experience versus youth. Is that the kind of the way you're seeing it, or you're just seeing it as a cracking heavyweight contest?
No, I think it's both really. I think it's a good heavyweight fight, and I think that adds to the spice to it. You know, you've got this 20-year-old prodigy who everybody, especially me, thinks very much of and has high expectations of, and up to now has delivered everything. Going in against a guy who's been in with everybody and, you know, has won and lost fights and had close fights with the best fighters in the world and fought the highest level. And it shocked me the condition he's coming at, because I weren't expecting that, to be quite honest.
Definitely. I mean, one thing with Moses' career, obviously he's blitzed everyone out there. He's looked sensational doing it, but especially in the heavyweight division, we kind of don't know what level a heavyweight is at until they've been hit on the chin, right? Obviously, as Moses' promoter, do you want to see that, or would you prefer him to carry on doing what he's doing?
I want to see him get hit on the chin. Boxing's the art of hitting and not being hit, and I want it to continue that way for him. But look, you know, it will happen, because it happens to all fighters. They get caught. You know, that you get guys who. And by the way, people forget Moses has been the distance. In with what's his name?
Dobyshenko was one of them, wasn't he?
And the other one, the American, the John. My brain's gone. The awkward sod. Yeah. Anyway, but very awkward. We made that fight for a reason, and it was a bit frustrating for him. But he's done it, but he's in with a guy who actually comes to win, where the other guy is more of a survivor. And I feel that for him, this is a big moment. He brings a lot of experience, as we started off saying, with Dillian. Not just what he brings in the ring physically, but what he brings mentally as well. You know, and the build up to it and so forth. So, but he's handled himself well. He's got great composure, Moses. He's a very respectful guy. He's not all that trash talking. He's not into all that, and he's you know, at the moment he seems right on it. As does Dillian, and Dillian's taken the fight for a reason, and he believes that he can beat the boy.
Definitely, I think we see that flick nearly switch at the press conference yesterday in that face to face. Obviously, after the fight between Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois, obviously Turki Al-Sheikh tweeted that he wants to see Moses Itauma versus Alexander Usyk. I'll say my opinion. I'll ask you the question: Were those calls a little bit premature from Turkey? There?
Of course we are, but it's when we do it. If we do it, it's when. And and I mean, look, we're in the Moses business, and you know, for me, it's about timing as always. Like, I hope we got the timing right for Saturday. It's about timing. You know, I always say it, the best punches are about time, the best time punches, and it's the same with matchmaking. And we will see. We'll see what happens.
Definitely one of your fighters on the undercard, Nick Ball. I mean, the only male world champion. I spoke to him on the media day on Monday. And he's relishing that. He kind of likes that thing, but he's also got to be focused on the fight on Saturday. He can't let it get too ahead of him. I mean, obviously you've taken Nick from when he was fighting on small hall shows and built him to the star. I mean, first question, how proud are you of him for that journey, but also how switched on does he need to be on Saturday with that little bit of pressure behind him?
I'm very proud of him. I think he's one of the most exciting fighters in the world. He's never in a dull fight. And he's in with a good fighter in the Aussie. He's coming up a weight, but he's undefeated, and it's a tough fight. But I believe in Nick, and I think he'll come through. And we've worked well together. What he's done in the ring, what I've added to it, or Queensbury have added to it, and also he's got a great manager and trainer in Paul. Paul's done a fabulous job. He's got a great gym up there. He's got a great bunch of fighters, and they're all spearheaded by. You know, Nick, Nick's I think he's an amazing talent, and I love watching him, and everything about him. I'm really delighted and proud that he's with us, and we've been able to work with him and contribute to his success.
Definitely. Obviously, he's back in Riyadh, which was I don't know why it was a little bit of a surprise to me, because those shows in Liverpool, they were really successful.
Yeah.
I think the one against TJ Dehenny, I think, obviously some boxing shows, a little bit of curtain, obviously bringing the fans down, but that was sold out to the rafters.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Is that the plan, obviously, to keep Nick Ball there? Because it seemed like a massive success when I've been there ringside.
I think we don't want to lose sight of where they come from. Look, this at the moment, Riyadh is the boxing capital for the big money fights for the guys, but we can compete in England. We did it with Wembley. Say compete, not quite at the level, certainly with the undercards and whatever, but we did put a big show on at Wembley. We've done it at Liverpool and other places, and we've got to keep our talent going. And you build talent by giving them a platform, by making the right fights, but you also want to develop a following for them. You want them to have, to get the city or the town behind them, and you can build from that, and then it goes national, and then hopefully it goes global, like we did Ricky Hatton. Yeah. Ricky Hatton's first fight for me, he sold 3 tickets.
It's crazy, isn't
and look what he become, and that's that's always been our philosophy, is to build the guys and bring them through, hopefully make the right fights at the right time.
Definitely. Last couple from me. I can't believe I'm bringing this up. Edgar Berlanga's had some comments, even more comments about the hand wraps. In one sentence, he says he gives all credit to his opponents, but then says that the hand wraps were dodgy. Does it get to a point where it's almost defamation of character of both Andy Lee and Hamza Sheeraz?
Look, everybody's got an excuse. He got beat. I'm going to say how it is. All he said he was going to do, he didn't do, and he got his arse whacked in his own town. That's what happened. And as regarding the raps, he's got to be saying that the commission in New York is crooked. He must be saying that, because they come in, they watch the hands being wrapped, they sign off on it, they sign the bandages or put their marks on them. They stay there, and then they watch him put his gloves on. They wrap they put the tape around the gloves, and then sign off on that. So whilst they were there, for him to put a horseshoe or cement or whatever crap he's coming out with, they must have participated in that, as must have the people from the drug agency who stand there waiting and making sure that they don't leave the fighter until he gives his sample after the fight, before and after the fight. And by the way, his team, his trainer comes in to watch his hands, or they send somebody in to represent, to watch the hands being wrapped and the gloves gone, the same as Hamza's team did with him. Yeah. So stop being a crybaby. The better man won on the night, and that's the end of it. And if you've got anything about you, you learn from it and come back and be a better fighter if you can do that. But you keep being a crybaby and coming out with this bullshit, I mean, people lose respect for you.
No, they definitely do as well. But we'll talk about Hamza. I mean, it was an unbelievable win. I was watching from home, but obviously I think he's mandatory to Canelo Alvarez after that fight. Obviously he's fighting Crawford. If see Hamza potentially fight in the in between time before the winner?
I don't know. It's a bit of a call to make that. If Canelo wins, Canelo comes through or whatever, then for me I would sit tight.
Definitely as well. And I see in Southampton, what a night with Ryan Garner, absolutely brilliant performance. But he was also on a scouting mission. You had young Adam Azim on the stream as well with Hamza as well. I mean, obviously don't know what his situation is with Boxer, but obviously Adam being there, I mean, what a fighter to have, that if you could add him to the Queensberry roster.
He's a very good fighter. He's a very good fighter, and if he ever becomes contractually free, I'm sure we'd be interested in. Or we'd be very interested in sitting down and talking with him. He knows what we're good at doing. He knows what we do. He knows where we are.
Definitely as well. And I see the WBO, I see you on Sky Sports, and you said that the WBO or Usyk has applied for an extension for the fight with Joseph Parker as well. I see you've explained it in other interviews, but is that definitely the fight that you're looking to make between Alexander
Usyk? Well,
and
it's been ordered.
Parker? Yeah.
WBO have ordered it. He asked for a 90-day extension yesterday. They've told him he's got 60 days, and that's where we are. So everything's at the moment is nothing's happening. We're all up in the air. He's still away on holiday. Alexander Usyk, I understand. So we're all sitting around waiting, and Joe's waiting, and we're all got to be patient. He's in a good position. He's the mandatory. He's the interim champion. So either Usyk is going to, after those 30 days, he's going to say, yes, I agree terms, or we go to purse bids, or I'm going to vacate the title. And then Joe knows where he's at. He's either going to fight him, for the full title, or he's going to be elevated to champion if he vacates. So he's in a brilliant position, and I keep telling him, sometimes you've got to have a bit of patience. And we can only do what's under our control. We can't do what we have no contractual relationship with Usyk. And his people do the best and do what they can for him. But Joe Parker's in a really good position. He's in a good position. He's just going to have to wait and see what happens. We're not, we are still trying to talk and make things happen, but at the moment, we are where we are.
Definitely. Final one for me. November the 22nd. Obviously, 3 Brits on that card fighting for world titles. 2 of them being your guys, both Anthony Ard and Sam Noe. Huge opportunity for both of them to, add 2 more male world champions to Nick Bull.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. We've got our guys back into good positions, and obviously we want to get some Brits with some belts around their waist. We've worked very hard with all our fighters to get them in the position they're in, and they are all there. They're all there or thereabouts, waiting for their opportunity.
Definitely, Frank. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me today.
It's a pleasure, Hamza.
Cheers. Thank
God
you.
Bless.